All right, so this is another take on how to kind of make the balloons pop. The reason I'm doing so many of these is because I think it's kind of a useful thing for a variety of different games, but it's an example that I can work with pretty quickly and easily. So in this one, we're going to be looking at this smaller blue balloon here, okay? And so we set the balloon up. I made a new variable that's just for balloon 2, and it's balloon 2 change. We set balloon 2 change to 0. We set the size of this balloon to 80%. You can see size down here is 80, and point in direction 90. That means the balloon is upright. Just to show you, if I put a minus on here, it's going to turn the balloon upside down, right? So we want our balloon right side up when it starts, okay? So let me just show you what happens when I start this, and then we'll go through the code. So click, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it kind of rotates, disappears, shrinks, and then reappears somewhere else on the screen. So watch, it's still counting up to 5, and I just pick 5 because I think that's a good number of steps for you guys to see. It could be any number. Okay, so we've got a good idea there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the code. I've kept the same kind of wiggling code. I've got an idea for how to change that and make it, maybe you guys can get the right idea from it. Instead of moving, we could glide somewhere. And I think that might look a little better for a balloon. It wouldn't be so twitchy because balloons tend to float. And right now it kind of bounces around in place. Maybe if we use a glide, we can make it look a little smoother. So let's look at the code on this. It's going to be similar to what we did before with the color changing, but this one's going to be a little simpler. As we go through the steps, we're going to change score by 1, and then we're going to change balloon 2 change by 1. So it's just going to change size by 10 every time balloon 2 change goes up. So when it's 1, we add 10 to it. It gets bigger. It goes up to 90. When it's 2, we add another 10. When it's 3, we add another 10. When it's 4, we add another 10. So that's 80 plus 40. That's 120. Okay? So that's just something to keep in mind. We've grown to size 120. Okay? And if I click through here, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you look down here, size is actually 120. So now once balloon 2 change equals 5, then we're going to wait a tenth of a second, change the size by minus 40. We're going to turn 45 degrees, and then we're going to wait a little bit. We're going to change by minus 40. We're going to turn. We're going to wait a little bit. Then we're going to change by minus 40, we're going to turn, and then we're going to hide. When we're hiding, we're going to reset all of those things we've messed with. So we're going to change the variable, balloon 2 change, back to 0. We're going to set the size to the original size, which is 80. Then we're going to go to a random position somewhere else on the screen so it looks like a new balloon. We're going to point in direction 90. Up here we were turning. Okay, we turned 40, 80, 120 degrees, or actually, sorry, no, that was how much we changed our size. So we went down to size 0. We turned 45, 90, 135. Am I doing that right? 125? No, 135. Yeah. So we turned 135 degrees. So we need to set our rotation or our direction to the correct thing. We want it 90. Why is it upside down? What just happened there? 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? I bet I know what it was. I wasn't watching. It bounced off the edge and it turned upside down. So I need to get that other thing on there. Then we wait a second. Anyway, sorry. We point our direction back to 90, we wait a second, and then we show the balloon again. Now, what I got distracted by there was the balloon got turned upside down. And that's because we have if on edge bounce, I bet. Let's see. We do have if on edge bounce, but what we don't have is that set the, we don't have our rotation style set, so I'm going to drag that out here, point in direction 90, and set rotation style to left right. That'll keep our balloon from turning upside down. Okay, great. Let's see. And we will back for just a second to say goodbye. And I hope this helped you out. I'm probably going to make one more video, and then I'm actually going to use changing costumes to animate a balloon popping, because that's another way we can do it. All right? Thanks, guys, for watching. If you have questions, please message me. Have a great day. Bye.